Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. I wanted to talk to you guys today about social media and the impact it has on our everyday lives. I know there are mixed reviews on social media. Some people think we don't need it and it's a waste of time, and other people think that if you didn't put it on social media, it doesn't exist. Um, Both are valid points, and I don't really know which side I fall into. I can see how people believe what they believe, but my point today was to talk about how people treat each other on social media. It creates kind of like this weird bubble where you can just say whatever you want to people and not have the repercussions of the face-to-face interaction, because obviously people are social beings, and even you can tell from this pandemic how um, people are isolating and people are alone. And I know it can cause anger, frustration, depression, and all of that if you don't have, people you love to be around, which is definitely a sad thing. But also, um, I just feel like it's weird because being on a platform like Instagram or YouTube allows you to get a preview into how celebrities are treated. So when people are celebrities, people assume, oh, I can say whatever I want to them. It'll just roll off their back, or they're so rich, they have other things to worry about. They wouldn't care, or like you just don't consider it. Some people just don't consider celebrities people, and they just say things. And the reason I bring this up is because on my last video, someone commented something really rude, and there have been like weird comments before, but it was just like strange because this person that I don't know from anywhere, who doesn't know me from anywhere, thought it was appropriate to say certain things to me. And I tried to react with kind of like grace and poise, because I'm like, I've been working on being more intentional of the way I carry myself and things like that. But I just found it, I'll post the comment. And this person was talking about how there was a pandemic and there's more important things to worry about than what I was talking about. And that's fine. I do realize that there are more important things than Chloe Bailey doing the Buster Challenge, obviously, but also how is me not expressing what that made me think about, or using my platform, or just like addressing social trends and social norms that I observe, how does that affect what's going on in the outside world? Whether or not I made that video, the pandemic was still going to happen, people were still going to be hungry, but also the fact that you don't know anything about me or my background, or the fact that I have been trying to be a force for good in these things, and you say that kind of thing. It's, how do you say, I wouldn't say, I would say it's disheartening. Not because I particularly took offense, like I would like to say that I wasn't concerned about it, or that it didn't affect me, but obviously it does affect people when you just say rude things to them. I didn't take it too much to heart, because it might have just been someone wanting attention, or someone just commenting because they were spiteful or bitter, or maybe he didn't watch the video and just thought, come in. Well, I'm making a YouTube video. Okay, so what I was saying is, yeah, I thought about it, but it didn't really affect me that much, because I know that you can't please anybody, and you really shouldn't try, because that just spirals into like depression and a whole bunch of crazy stuff. But just because that all those things are going on doesn't mean you can take your aggression out on people. And they tried to comment about where I'm living, and clearly I have other things to worry about. I don't want to brag, but I am pretty financially stable right now, which I've been blessed to be. But what if I wasn't, and you were saying things like that to me? So maybe this is a result of me being an overthinker, but before I say anything to anyone, especially if I feel like it could come off as offensive, I definitely do consider the possibilities in the situations. And I obviously not everyone was raised like that, and some people might just be trolling for attention. Who knows? But it's just like interesting the dynamic of social media that allows people to just say things to complete strangers. Like imagine if we were out in public and a random stranger came up to you and was like, you need to wash your hair, or I don't like the way you did this, or I don't like the way you did that. I feel like it'd be weird, number one. Number two, I've been told that I have kind of like a intimidating face or intimidating look to me, so that's never happened to me, and I can't see it happening anytime soon. But also, like, what about social media makes people forget like manners? Like, even if you didn't like what I have to say, there's a way to go about it. And I felt like I could have sunk to their level and called them out of their name, or did something that was out of my character. But also, I feel like I'm growing as a person, and I want to maintain the person that I'm becoming more so than going back and regressing and going down to other people's level. Because when I was younger, and when I say I was younger, I mean like probably last year, I would have reacted a lot differently. But I mean, I feel like that's the burden not the burden, but that's like what comes along if you're trying to have a social media presence. And that video did really well, and I'm thankful to everyone who watched. But I don't think that'll be the last of the bad commentaries or like the kind of like hateful messages, which is fine. I mean, like when you put your life or put your thoughts and opinions out there, there's bound to be people who disagree, which that's okay with me. And I always welcome other people's opinions. I always welcome the opportunity to grow and hear, from people who don't think like me or didn't have the same upbringing as me. Today I am not sitting on the floor. Usually I'm like lower, but I'm sitting on an ottoman today. And I like to sit here because the window faces there and the lighting's really good. So I'm probably gonna be doing my hair. I want to put it in braids because it's cold outside. But I'm just excited because I feel like I've gotten the system down where I figure out what I want to talk about, or even if I don't, I figure out like the progression of how I'm going to post. And I'm trying to stay consistent with posting every week because I do want to have a stronger YouTube presence, because I feel like my ideas can contribute to the world. Like I have an Instagram, and I have my friends and people that follow me on Instagram, and we have pretty meaningful discussions, and the majority of that is me listening to what people have to say, which I love, and I love the insight that it gives me. But I felt like I should also have a platform where I can speak about topics, speak about how I feel, what I've learned, or just like what's going on with me. And then whether it like goes big or not, I'm hoping that I can find a few people who I can help, or like my favorite thing about YouTube is when I was younger, I didn't see people that looked like me, or I felt like I was the only one going through stuff, and I would go on YouTube and I'd see all these people, and there were ones that inspired me, especially like when I started with my natural hair journey, or like when I started to learn how to do makeup. Not that I wear makeup that often anymore, but I just like that I can learn from other people. And now that I feel like I have a couple things that I know, I feel like it'd be nice to share with other people. And I also want to look back and see how I've changed and progressed throughout the years, the way I think, the way I respond to things, and the way I behave. So if you got through this video, thank you so much for watching. I am getting a lot more comfortable in front of the camera, which is a good thing because I've never liked being in front of the camera. Not for any specific reason. I would just always get shy. And yeah, but also I like hearing myself try to express how I feel, because that's something I'm not good at. And I'm doing a lot of interviews lately, and it'd be nice to see how I come across. Like, I know for me, when I watch my videos, I feel like I'm monotone. I feel like I'm thinking so hard about what I want to say that it comes off like real stiff. But I mean, I'm working on that. So hopefully my personality will eventually start to shine through. And yeah, thank you again for watching. Welcome to Foxy's world. I hope you stay a while. Like, comment, subscribe, and drop a nice comment below. Or drop a comment and say, like, oh, you can work on this and you can work on that. I'll be open. Can't promise, but I think I'll be open. Alright, bye.